Good day, everyone. This is E PLUS The Storyteller, and on today's podcast or broadcast, if you like, I'll be looking at the highlights or the phrase which states that intimidation doesn't have to be physical, and that's actually a statement by a friend of mine and also someone who I respect very, very much, and that's a statement by Abdul, yes, Ogohi. Very spot on. During conversations, I like to pick out punchlines. I like to really pick out the intelligent parts of conversations. This is not to look down on any form of conversation. All conversations, I think, are intelligent in their own right. However, I do not miss out highlights or punchlines that keeps me brainstorming. I love to do a lot of brainstorming, yes, if you know what I mean. So that statement just brings home the reality of the statement in itself. So saying that intimidation doesn't have to be physical, I agree, I concur. Because some of us think that intimidation is all about being physical. I have to push you, I have to yell at you before you become or before you get intimidated. However, there's also the psychological part where I could just a stare could intimidate you. Just a gesture from me could intimidate you, So that's the psychological part. So you see that intimidation has various dimensions to it. And you also want to go further with this narrative and just pause and ponder and ask, why do people really intimidate others? Why do you really want to intimidate others? What's the intention behind intimidating others? So I feel it's more of a psychological gameplay. If I get to intimidate you, then it makes me it gives me that sense of being powerful. Okay, so I might just even be intimidating you to cover up for my own shortfalls, or just to put you in a place that I am, so that we just be on the same level. So you see, even the intimidator needs help. Quite a number of times, people just hide. I often say this: people hide behind the pen, behind so many pictures. We don't really get to see the details. You understand? So the tool of intimidation in itself is I feel it's for cowards, for people who can't really brace up to their own positions. Okay, so I have to intimidate you to actually put me in a place. So I depend on your reactions to actually validate myself. Okay, so that in itself is a very very low position to take, and it shouldn't be encouraged. Many times I tell people, begin to teach your children how to stand up for themselves, how to speak out for themselves, how to report situations they ought to report, so that everything is tackled and given its rightful place. No one should use anyone for cover up. Every one of us actually have our own challenges, and if they're addressed accordingly, everyone will be fine. So because intimidation doesn't really just have to be physical, you have to look out for those telltale signs, you understand, and discourage them. If you have those who actually, when you tend to be in the act of intimidating people, you are actually a bully. You're a bully, and so because we don't want to breed bullies around us in our spaces and even out there, we need to address it, timely. And when it begins to even rear its ugly head, even at that early stage of a child's life, it needs to be nipped in the bud. So I think that's actually a very important highlights to underline. Intimidation doesn't have to be physical. Take note, not everyone will go being physical. There are many ways people can actually intimidate others, so you have to look out for those telltale signs. Yeah, this is E Plus The Storyteller, and I want to thank Abdul Ogohi for that spot on phrase. And until I come your way again next time with more spot on phrases, this is E Plus The Storyteller saying that the sky is big enough for everyone to fly. Remember, inspiration is the bedrock of creativity. You have an amazing day and a fruitful week. Bye.
All your pain, turn it away.